Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off your hot and cold water supplies. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Samsung dryer steam water valve. It's going to be a very easy repair and it should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new steam water valve. The steam water valve is located on the back of the dryer, and it's what supplies the water for the steam system. The main reason to be changing it out is if the solenoid has gone bad and you're not getting any water, or the body is cracked and you're getting water on the floor. In order to change the part, we have to go around the back of the dryer and disconnect the vent tube. We're going to use our 5/16 nut driver and go around the back and take off the clamp. And we're going to loosen up the clamp that holds the exhaust duct on. Once you have it loose, you can pull the duct off, and as long as you have it off, you can take this opportunity to clean the lint out of it. With the exhaust duct out of the way, we're going to put a towel down underneath the water valve and use a pliers to loosen up the hose. You want to make sure you put the towel down so you catch any water that comes out. Once you have the hose loose, you can turn it by hand and set it out of the way. With the water supply line out of the way, we can use our Phillips screwdriver and remove these two screws. Once you have those screws out, we can lift up so these two tabs are released and pull the access panel out. Once you have it out, you can set it aside. To give us more room to get the steam water valve changed, we're going to pull this tube out and set it aside. Make sure you clean any lint from it, so when you put it back, it's clean. With the access panel and the exhaust duct out of the way, we can reach in and disconnect the wire harnesses from the steam water valve. On our model, the double blacks are towards the front of the machine, and the red and white wires go towards the back. So make sure you remember where yours go. All you have to do is reach in and unplug the wire harnesses. Once you have them disconnected, you can just set them on the bottom of the dryer and get them out of the way. With the wire harnesses out of the way, we can use our Phillips screwdriver and remove the two screws that hold the water valve in. Once you have the screws out, we can reach inside and remove the water line that goes up to the spray nozzle. Now we can reach inside and pull the valve out of the mounting hole. And we have to remove this clip that locks the water line into the valve. They put this in there so the water line can't accidentally be pulled out. So it's on there pretty loose. You should be able to grab it with your fingers. If not, you can grab a needle nose pliers and pull it out. Then we're going to take a small 3/8 inch open end wrench, and we have to press in on this collar to release the locking tabs that hold the water line into the valve. Once you have that compressed, you can carefully pull down on the water valve and the line should come out of it. Once you have it disconnected, you can pull the valve out of the dryer. Here's the old steam water valve next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. Remember, before we put the new steam water valve in, you want to make sure you put this tab back onto the inlet and push that on. That will lock the water line in when we push it in. To put the new steam water valve in, first thing we're going to do is reach inside and grab this water line. There's a little red mark right here that tells you how far the water line has to be pushed in. You want to make sure you very carefully push it into the water valve, past the O-ring. You don't want to force it through and damage the O-ring and get a leak. Once you have it in all the way, we can rotate it over and remount it. Now that we have the valve in place, we're going to grab it and use our Phillips screwdriver to put the screws in. Just want to hold on to it and line up the screw holes. You want to leave this one a little bit loose so we can move the water valve around and line up the other hole. Now we can go back and tighten down the other side. Now that we have the water valve mounted, we can reach inside the dryer and reconnect the wire harnesses to the solenoids. All you have to do is lift up the blue one. Remember, that goes on this side. All you have to do is push it on, make sure you get a good connection, and make sure that the double black is towards the front of the dryer. Same thing with the white one. Make sure the double black is towards the front, and push it onto the solenoid so you get a good connection. Now that we have the wires hooked up to the solenoids, we can put in the exhaust tube and the access panel. To put the exhaust tube back in, all you have to do is push it back into place so it's lined up with the fitting on the blower duct, and push it in a little bit so it gets a good seal. And once you have it in place, we can put the rear cover on. To put the rear cover on, all you have to do is lift up the duct a little bit and get these two tabs here and here to go behind the panel, and then you can push it into place. Once you have it in there, you can turn the duct so this little tab comes up its opening, and then we can use our Phillips screwdriver to put the screws back in. With the access panel installed, we can reattach the dryer vent line. All you have to do is push it on, make sure you get it on there so you get a good seal, and then we can take our 5/16 nut driver and tighten down the clamp. Once you have the vent tube secure, we can reattach the water line to the steam valve. All you have to do is grab that, and we're going to get it started by hand. Once you have it snug, you can grab your pliers and tighten it down so you get a good seal. Once you have the water line secure, we can plug the dryer back in, turn the water back on, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.